Welcome to HomeFront Sitrep. I hope you're in for a great show today because I'm just a veteran talking about what's on my mind and maybe yours.
You can find HomeFront Sitrep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. You can also check out HomeFront Sitrep's YouTube channel.
Buckle up, the show is starting. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a Sunday edition of HomeFront Sitrep. How is everybody doing out there? You know, it's a Sunday. My wife has been out of town. She's been in Florida for the weekend, and I'm home alone with the kiddos. My youngest is working, my oldest is off, and it's been a great week. And then of course, I miss my wife. I mean, heck, we do everything together, so I definitely miss her. Can't wait for her to get back home here. She's on a flight now, I think, from Tampa, so I'm super excited about that and ready for her to be home. And you know, all those things, the good things, because the kids, they miss their mom. I miss their mom, and it's fun. But she got to go down to Florida with the ladies, and she's recharging her batteries while she was down there. She did get burnt like a lobster. Can't wait to mess with her when she gets home. So that's gonna be fun. But tonight, man, I tell you what, we got a good guest coming on tonight. We got Mark Wilson. He is a Army veteran, retired, I believe, officer. I think he retired, but I know he's an officer. He is with Modern Woodmen, which here I'll throw this up on here. So Modern Woodmen, fraternal financial. So they do insurance. They do a little bit of everything, man. They super cool cat. We're gonna learn about that. He's on the process of getting home, so he should be there here shortly. I just talked to him just a few seconds ago, so he'll be on here in just a few minutes, and we're going to rock and roll with this interview. I am flying solo tonight. Miss Candace just got back home from seeing her daddy for the weekend, so she's unable to join tonight. And then say a prayer. If you're a prayer warrior out there, say a prayer for my brother Brandon. He his family needs prayers right now. I'm not going to go into detail of what they need prayers for, but if you're a praying type, say a prayer for my brother Brandon. Hey, Carol, how are you? Welcome to the show. So yeah, if you're the praying type, say a prayer for my brother Brandon. And also, if you have a Rumble account, HomeFront Sitrep is now on Rumble as well. So you can go there and you can follow. We got the page, and then we got the channel. So when you go there, HomeFront, if you do HomeFront Sitrep, that's the page. If you do HomeFront Sitrep podcast, that's our channel which we're going live on right now on Rumble. So super excited about that. Finally figured that out. Had my buddy Matthew help me with that earlier today to figure out the Rumble side of things, because it's a newer platform. Super, it's super cool. It's kind of like YouTube, but maybe a little different. So let me type in here. So yeah, we're waiting on Mr. Mark Wilson to join us. I've known Mark for some while. Well, thanks for jumping on, Miss Candace. I know you had a fun weekend with your daddy up there in Indiana. So prayers. Thank you for saying prayers for Mr. Brandon. You know the situation of what's going on. He's having a hard way to go right now. Him and his family are having a hard way to go. So I'm not going to try to go into too much details. But Modern Woodmen, they do life insurance, annuities, investments, financial planning. They do a little bit of everything, and they do have their chapters throughout the United States. A lot of them are, their representatives. Most of them are veterans. Hey, what's up, my brother Rich LaMonica? He's got a good guest coming on tonight too on the Misfit Nation show. He's got Mr. James Thornton from you've seen him on our show a few times and other podcasts as well. James will be on Rich's show here at 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Central time. So in about 45 minutes. Uh, Well, Carol, it's nice to meet you as well. Brandon is a super amazing guy, and I've been saying prayers for him since I found out the situation at home, what's going on there, and so definitely say prayers for him and spread that to Shaman Sundays too. All of his peoples over there on Shaman Sundays on his podcast, because he definitely needs the prayers right now. So. Uh, but no, so tonight we got, Modern Woodman's been around since 1883. And it's Modern Woodmen of America. But being modern women, we get you too. So it's not, they don't just focus on men, but it's a little bit of everybody. So let's see. Members, let's see. Trying to see, there was a stat on one of the pages, uh, about how many people they have impacted throughout the country. But no, it's going to be a pretty cool episode, I believe. And I think we got Mark jumping on now. I see him down there in the green room, so we'll bring him up here in just a second. But Mark is a great guy. You'll see that here in just a few seconds. You'll talk to him and get to interact with Mr. Mark Wilson. So without further ado, let's bring Mr. Mark up to the stage. Mark, how are you, brother? You're muted.
Yeah.
There you go. I can hear you now.
Um,
How are you, buddy?
Doing well.
That's awesome. Awesome. So do me a favor, Mark. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, my friend.
Uh, just I uh, been here in Louisville since 1996. I'm a been in Kentucky my whole life. Shelby County High School, EKU. Did Army ROTC, commissioned in the National Guard, and uh, after commissioning in the Guard as a field artillery officer, I went to work for the Boy Scouts, and then after running those two careers parallel, when I retired from the military, kind of went on to serve. Went on to work for Modern Woodmen of America, where I just recently became a managing partner back in January.
That's awesome. So you've been with modern Woodman for how long now?
Going on 8 years. So yeah, so it's been it's a great organization. It kind of allows me to do the philanthropic work that I did when I was working for the Boy Scouts, and you know, allows me to be very involved in my community, which is what I was interested in continuing to do. And we're able to make a difference in the lives of the people that we work with, and that's the type of mission that who couldn't love that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now, your military career, you started at you did you do your whole time in the National Guard, or did you
Yes.
go? So you did
Yes,
your
so I'm a traditional guardsman. Started off two drill weekends, drill weekend a month, and two-week annual training, and did all that until 9/11, and then for those that was in the service after during that time frame after 9/11, things started to change, and we started going into a deployment rotation where every so many years a unit was going to deploy and so forth like that. So so it's you know a couple of deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan, and I was kind of in reverse. I was in Afghanistan when all you heard on the news was Iraq, and then I was in Iraq when all you heard in the news was Afghanistan. So
Okay. That is a little bit different when we're fighting in Iraq, you're over in Afghanistan and doing your stuff there, then you move to Iraq and everything moves to Afghanistan. That's usually how sometimes it goes, sometimes in the
well,
military.
so in Iraq I was there part of the 149th Brigade, which was the largest deployment of Kentucky National Guard soldiers since World War II.
Mm,
So it was pretty historic mission, and we what we did was we were responsible for closing down the largest base in Iraq, which was Victory Base Camp. So all the soldiers that's deployed to Iraq, the hundreds of thousands of troops, most everybody know where VBC is. So
right.
I flew out of there 28 November 2011, and then our garrison command and leadership team turned it over the largest base in Iraq, and then they rolled out and MRAPs, down the MSR to into Kuwait. So and
Mm,
but our mission was to close those bases, and we had convoy security battalions that was escorting a lot of the equipment coming out of country.
okay.
So
Okay.
pretty
Okay.
neat mission, very historic mission, and you know, uh, of course, a couple of years later, we were back in Iraq. So
Right, right. Yeah, whenever you have the purpose of closing a base down, or getting a base to close down, it's some painstaking work because you have to make sure your security's up and going because when we were in Haiti, we were in the process of this was 99, 2000, I can't remember. Um, we were the last unit to pull security for the two bases that we had there, and 82nd Airborne came in to relieve us, and they were in the process of giving the country back to the Haitian president that we put in place. Um, so when we were there, we were doing everything to break down what we needed to break down for that, but also provide security for the two bases and also quick reaction force for the CBs that were doing some humanitarian missions and building schools and stuff. And um, so yeah, it was definitely fun, but you had to be very vigilant in what you were doing down there because down there in Haiti, man, it was rough. We had at one of the front gates there was uh, a group of guys that had a bunch of women and children in front of them. Well, the guys had AK-47s and small arms, and they were taking pop shots over our towers that we were guarding, and we couldn't fire back. They're like the ROE rules of engagement
yeah.
stated that only if it struck our tower or it struck us could we fire back. And
Mhm.
then you had to worry about the women and children that were in front of the guys with the AK-47. So no, it's definitely one of those crazy things, man, for sure. Um, so tell us a little bit about Modern Woodman, man. I know you guys do, financial planning, life insurance. Um, Tell us what drew you to Modern Woodman, and then what they do for veterans. Because I know, like, I have an insurance policy through Modern Woodman because of I spoke with you, my wife and I did, and we got an life insurance policy on me, and I think I got it on my wife and kids as well. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so what kind of drew me? I mean, it like all things, it's about who you know, and so as I'm getting ready to retire out of the service, at that point, I think it was I was either I think I'd started the med board process or it
Mhm.
was getting ready to go that route. I had a couple of things. Kind of my last assignment. I was in. I was the executive officer of the Warrior Transition Battalion at Fort Knox, and I kind of had a couple of medical things kind of hit me right there toward the tail end of my career. And so what happened was I knew my time was coming to an end. I just didn't know exactly when. Right.
Right.
So kind of started looking for some career opportunities. What was next? I'd worked for the Boy Scouts for 90 is my first job out of college outside the National Guard. So like I said, those two careers went parallel for I mean the whole time. And loved working for the Boy Scouts, worked with hundreds, thousands of people, volunteers over the years that just did great things for young people and helped recruit thousands of kids into great, into an organization that's going to help prepare them for life. And so went to, but at that point in my life, I had been away from my oldest son. I had been gone or unavailable to him for half of his life. So I
Mm.
decided I needed to be able to uh, do something where I had more control over my time, and so I went to a job fair or two, and then ran into a good friend of mine, uh, John Colley, which was a managing partner for Modern Woodmen at the time, and he talked to me about maybe coming on board, and he said, "Oh, by the way, you may not know him, but our regional director is Colonel Turner's brother, and Colonel Turner had been battalion commander, brigade commander that I'd served under, just someone I have a lot of respect for." And I just figured if he was anything like his brother, then I thought it would, I've worked for good people and I've worked for bad people, and being retired, I choose to work for good people, and I don't have
Yeah.
to work for bad people if I don't want to.
Right.
So, so, uh, went, I love the culture of Modern Woodmen, uh, on the professional side of the house. And then, and really across the country, I really think Modern Woodmen, we do a great job of it's holistic planning for families. Our goal is to get to know the family. What is it they're trying to accomplish? We don't push products. Uh, we want to try to identify what is the individual or the family's goals, and then from there we work with them to try to identify a plan in order to try to help them accomplish their goals. So it may take, a lot of times people may not be financially in a position to do the things that they need.
I think you cut out on me a little bit. Are you there? Hold on, I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. Can you guys hear Mark, and can you hear me? Mark, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear you though. Let me see something. What about now? Can you hear? Can I hear you? Unmute your mic now.
How about now?
Now I can hear you. I don't know what happened there. It just you just like went out real quick.
Yeah, I don't know. I hit when I sound like I lost connection there. I hit mute and then tried to unmute it, and then so where'd you hear me last?
You were talking about I don't know.
Well, anyhow, so I mean, basically, what we're like I said, we try to take the holistic approach to financial planning for people, is just trying to identify what they already have in place, and then from there we try to, like I said, identify what they need to accomplish, what are their goals, when do they want to retire, and
Right.
then from there we look at what benefits they have through work. So sometimes the best option is to maximize benefits that they have through their work. I've got several people that I've worked with that they're not insurable for life insurance. So, and I do believe it's important to have your own life insurance outside of your work, because even the greatest companies restructure every now and then. And when they do, a lot of times it comes with no notice. And if you don't have something outside of that, then your family's not protected.
Yeah.
And
N-
if you're,
Now,
go ahead.
with Modern Woodmen, is it like percentage wise of veterans that work for Modern Woodmen? Is it primarily veterans that work for Modern Woodmen, or?
No, it's anybody. I mean, we're uh I personally, being a veteran, do try to identify. I mean, of course, I personally want vets on my team, because vets brings uh, just life skills that the average person, I don't feel like, has.
I
So,
got
but we do have vets. Probably, we have vets working for Modern Woodmen across the country. So, all companies really do. Everybody's looking for people that have the values that that are ingrained in veterans, of that life of service. And like I said, that's a lot of what a lot of what we do, we call fraternal, but
you.
fraternal is community. So we do a lot of matching fundraiser programs, lots of service project and educational programming with Modern Woodmen. And we do a lot of those with the school systems, as well as we do a lot with Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and some different veterans groups too.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I know, like, when I got my life insurance through, with you, um
Mhm.
we sat down at a table with the wife and I, and we were talking about, what we could do, uh like how much we can go up to, like, life insurance wise and stuff like that. And I know there's always stipulations with life insurance, because if you're a smoker, they're not going to give you as much. If you use tobacco, they're not going to give you as much. And there's
Well,
there's there's
a
limiting
lot of
factors.
times they'll insure you for the same amounts. It just, with nicotine, it costs a lot more.
Yeah, it costs a little bit more. Yeah, yeah.
So those, if they haven't started nicotine or need things like that, any type of health insurance, life insurance, your premiums are going to be 40 to 50% more with the use of nicotine.
Right.
So, and we always tell people, I mean, a person can give up nicotine, the amount of money they will save in insurance premiums, along with the actual cost to purchase it, they
Hmm.
could pay for their retirement. They could fund their retirement with it. So, and it's just a healthy lifestyle. So,
So I'm on the website right now, and if you go to About Us, what we are, and you scroll down, there's this little ticker. It says, by the numbers across the nation, our chapters and their members identify and meet community needs. It says nearly 1,000 representatives in 46 regions throughout 46 states. And then it says 2023, 18.2 million in support of members communities through fraternal programs and activities, and then over 700,000 members served through financial guidance and social, educational, and volunteer opportunities. So, volunteer opportunities and social education. I know with your chapter, you put all kinds of social events together for, like, the community in that area. So tell us, I think you got one. You had one. Did you had one Saturday yesterday?
yeah. So one of the things, so anyone that has a life insurance or annuity product or health insurance or investment with us, either have beneficial or social membership. So our goals are to have so many social activities, so many matching fundraisers and volunteer opportunities every year. And one of the things one of my goals in Louisville is to be able to offer uh, opportunities where people can come out and have a good time, and be able to meet people and stuff like that. And so we've not done this before, but we had a karaoke. We did karaoke at the VFW post, and so we had a couple of members come out, and as well as we were there at the post. So there were some veterans and some soldiers from one of the local National Guard units that were there, and it was a really nice time. The lady that put the karaoke together is a retired Kentucky National Guard soldier, as well as her husband, and she does just a phenomenal job. Jenny Cerna hosted it for us, and just great family. Just like I said, though, it's those values that we get in the military, and they're just good people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so you do quite a few events if I remember correctly. Not I don't think you don't do just one a month. I think you try to do a few a month, right?
Yeah, well, we do, and a lot of the service projects we do is we we're a 403B provider for Jefferson County Public Schools, and we get service project money. So we're able to a lot of times we'll go in and we'll just take food into the different schools that let us come in, and we'll just go in, hang out in the cafeteria in the teachers' lounge, and we'll have we'll have some food in there, and we'll just visit with people if they want to come. Anything they want to talk about is what we talk about. So. If they got questions about financial services, we talk about that. You know, if they have questions about they're getting close to retirement and they have questions, we try to learn as much as we can about their pension system and stuff like that. So we'll
Right.
talk about that. Talk about kids activities and soccer and baseball and all that kind of good stuff. So it's just about being social with people, and but teachers work really hard. I mean, it's the teachers are working harder today than they ever have before, I believe, and
Oh yeah.
they do appreciate the fact that uh, someone's doing a little something for them, and uh, we've got phenomenal teachers that are trying to educate our young people in our schools. So.
Yeah, teachers and your first responders, those are um, one of those thankless jobs. I hate to say that because teachers and your first responders, your fire, your EMS, your police officers, they do so much for their communities that people don't even realize what they do. Now, with teachers, of course, they're teaching the next generation. Now, unfortunately, the teachers' hands are tied. A lot of their hands are tied, and only can teach what they're told they can teach. But there are some really great teachers out there. I know my kids go to the Bullitt County system out here in Bullitt County, and they, went to Mount Washington Elementary School, then Eastside Middle School, and then now they're at Bullitt East High School. And some of their teachers are just phenomenal, and same with their couple of their principals that they've had, through their career in school. I say career because it is a school. School is a job basically for young adults, and just the, unfortunately it's a thankless job, and for a teacher's organization, whether you go to whatever school you go to, Jefferson County, Bullitt County, wherever, if you do stuff for the teachers, like an appreciation event somewhere where you're appreciating teachers, I think they really like that. They enjoy that because they don't get that. I mean, granted, I know there's a teachers appreciation week, but there's a lot of parents out there that won't even recognize that because they don't really care. Now, my wife, on the other hand, when it comes to Teachers Appreciation Week, every teacher gets something. It might be $5, $10 worth of something, but they still get something. They get a card saying we appreciate you, and then maybe a candle or whatever my wife decides to get them at that time. And so yeah, I love that you guys are, you know, community impact is something that you guys focus on at Modern Woodmen. And I know you work with the VFW there in Louisville, over off of Preston Highway, and you're very involved there. And Modern Woodmen does a lot with the VFW, which is amazing because, for one, that's helping you build your network, and then it's also helping the VFW as well, as in, you're potentially bringing other people into the VFW. Not
Yeah.
always.
And a lot of times, I mean, some of our members are veterans that, a lot of times, the VFW's got a great facility there in Okolona, and we've got a lot of great friends there. It allows me to, with the facilities they have there, we're able to host different activities for our members, and it also gives our veterans and their families opportunities as well. So it's really a good, it's a good, it's a good match, a good partnership, I should say.
Right.
And and some
Yeah.
of the members of the VFW are also, they're also Modern Woodmen members. So because we offer the different, we offer the products and advice, and are able to help people, with the things they need uh, for their own personal families, their finances.
Awesome. And then, so who's, well, I don't want to ask you who's the founder, because Modern Woodmen's been around since what, 1883. Um, so you probably don't know the founder. Let's put it that way. You're not that old.
Yeah, I don't know him, but I will tell you. Uh, so uh, so we were founded up in, so kind of a little bit of the background on Modern Woodmen. If you look at our symbols, so our founder was in church one day, and the pastor was talking about the woodmen. It's kind of up in the, like in the Illinois, Iowa area, and he was Cullen Root is the founder, and what he was listening to the pastor talking about the woodmen clearing the forest for the, to be able to grow, to clear the fields so they could grow, crops. So
Right.
if you, and so he wanted, so he thought woodmen, the woodmen clearing the woods. So that's kind of where we got woodmen. And then America, he wanted to build an organization that was always a patriotic organization. So that's where you got Woodmen of America. And then at the same time, he wanted an organization that would always be relevant. So Modern Woodmen of America. And if you look at our symbol, you can see those three green lines are the fields,
Right.
and then the white is actually an eagle with the blue sky above. So that's
Hmm.
kind of our shield. So uh, we start off as, he always wanted us to be relevant to today's society. At the same time, having those basic values that started our organization.
So I'm gonna have to zoom in on that to see. I guess it is I guess it is an eagle. Okay,
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
the
you can
beak. I
see it.
see the head and the wings. Yeah.
Yeah, when
Okay.
you don't always see it at first, but once you say that's an eagle, yeah, it's the eagle's head. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, definitely. It looks like a cloud, but I can see it now because you got the beak, and then you got the head, and then you got one of the wings there. So yeah, that's pretty neat. That's I like it. I like it. So yeah, there's a lot of you guys are pretty much all around the country. Now, let's say Carol Garcia, who's watching right now, if she wanted to become a member of Modern Woodmen, what would she have to do to become a member?
But what she could just go to our website, type in, she could either type my name in, or she can type in her zip code, and
Hmm.
then it will pull up a local rep, because I do believe it's important to work with somebody that's in your local community or close to you, if you don't know the person already. Now I will say this, because of I mean, COVID did a lot of bad things for our community, but but at the same time, it forced a lot of organizations forward with technology. So nowadays, I'm able to help people uh, through Zoom and do applications online and so forth like that. So everything we need to be able to do, we can do it through Zoom nowadays. And then, of course, with insurance and different being licensed, we have to be licensed in the correct states. So,
Right.
but one of the best ways is just to go to our website. Just go to our website and uh, go where it'll say find a member up in the right hand corner. Type your zip code in, and it'll pull up Modern Woodman representatives closest to you.
Yeah, it says find a rep. Yeah, I see. I see it. So it's right. It's in green at the top. Now
Mm-hmm.
let's say somebody wanted to get a job with Modern Woodmen. Can they do that from the website as well?
They can. There's a tab that says careers,
Yep.
and as well as they can also go to LinkedIn, and they can type in Modern Woodmen of America on LinkedIn, and there's ability to go in and apply for positions through LinkedIn as well.
Yeah, it looks like there's two career paths that's listed on the website. One says financial representative careers, and then the
Mhm.
other one says home office careers. So
Right.
I'm assuming that's the two career paths that's available.
Correct. And the home office option is basically you're gonna live in that Rock Island, Davenport area, right there along our home office is across the river from Davenport, Illinois. I mean, Iowa.
Okay, okay,
And
awesome.
then, and then, but the majority of the opportunity across the country is being a financial representative, and that's where the rubber meets the road. The representatives are the ones that work with the families and build the relationships with the families and help the different families and our members to help them achieve their long-term financial goals. And that's where the mission's at. But we've got fantastic support from our home office. And like I said, there's generally just a great culture in our organization. You can walk into the home office and sometimes you can walk into a place and you can feel a static electricity in the air.
Yeah,
There's something afoot. And generally everybody just really enjoys working for Modern Woodman, from the representative all the way out to the home office employee.
I love it. So I'm on the website right now, and I think I see where which. So I think I'm on just on the main page. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm on the main page and I scroll down and it says members with stories like yours. And then it says together we can achieve your goals, explore how we've worked with people like you. And then there was a story on here that I guess it was a volunteer or a member. Um, he does something sheets for vets. So I just saw that. I'm assuming that's let me see if I can find it because oh there it is, sheets for vets. Let's click on it. Read full story. So it says, what does a modern woodman chapter volunteer project look like? The simple answer is it depends. Chapter members across the country identify special needs in their local communities. They respond to them. And then this one here, it looks like a guy uh, taking sheets for homeless veterans. That's pretty neat. So I love that you got an organization like Modern Woodmen that focuses, on the financial aspects of your day to day life and your life insurance and stuff like that. But they also give back to their communities, whether it's veterans, whether it's teachers, whether it's first responders or whatever. If you find a need, so like with you, Mark, if you find a need within your community where you're at and you call the home office or whoever and say, "Hey, I want to get together a program to help feed the homeless veterans in downtown Louisville." And so your company's willing to do that with you? Do they help you financially in that, or what?
So each of our chapters, so everybody that has a life insurance, an annuity product, a health or investment with us, like I said, becomes a member and they go into what's called a chapter. So, and from there, the chapter has an activities coordinator and a board, and then it's made up of members. So a lot of times I'll have, when we do projects, there may be something like, if I'm the activities coordinator for that chapter, that there may be something that I'm interested in working with. In a lot of cases, I'll have some members that's maybe active with, like, we Saturday night, a couple of our members. This year, each year there's like a theme to try to encourage modern woodman chapters to volunteer. And this year there's a theme on animals, and so we did a matching fundraiser with a dog rescue organization, and so we did $1,000 match. And so we had a couple of members that was there last night representing Modern Woodmen, and then we'll match up to $1,000 for what they raised last night. And then, so at the same time that was going on, we had invited several people to the Oklahoma VFW post for a social of, sing karaoke, listen to karaoke, and just try to have some good, clean fun.
Heck yeah. No, I love it, man. I love it. So I did put the link out there in chat. So if you want to go check out the website, it's modernwoodman.org. You can click on the link in chat and it'll take you there as well. And then Mark, if you're in the Louisville area, so Mark has a Facebook page. Let me see if I can find it on here. I know I'm in the group.
Yeah, my district. So as a new managing partner, my district, we cover halfway to Indianapolis and halfway to Bowling Green, and our region covers all, pretty much all of Western Kentucky. And then a good friend of mine's a managing partner over in Lexington, and they cover the rest of the state of Kentucky. So, if there are people that are not happy with their careers, maybe they're retiring out of the military and they're looking for that career opportunity and they want to work for themselves. There's some great opportunities with Modern Woodmen for careers, to be able to help people in their local community.
Heck yeah. So I just put the link to the Facebook page in chat as well. So if they click on that, that'll take them to your Facebook page. Now, to be in the page, do they have to be a member of Modern Woodman?
They can go on and anybody can like our page. And then a lot of times I'll post a lot of things. A lot of the information I'll post in there is, Motivation Monday type stuff. And then we'll post, just try to put things out there that'll remind people, like, hey, certain times of the year you should look at, just different time, we'll post stuff about life insurance, and we'll post things about, are you saving enough money for retirement? Have you had a financial review for the year? And that's kind of a big thing, is a lot of people will meet with somebody, and then they'll not get something set up. And it's, time goes by so fast. I think, and if they don't start putting things in place and start saving money at an early age, what happens is when they get to be in their 45, 50 years of age, if they've not done anything, and they've really got to work hard to get caught up. And people don't realize, just saving $150 to $200 a month when you're in your early 20s, what a difference
It
in
adds up.
quality of life that will mean to a person when they get to be 60, 65, 70 years old.
Oh yeah.
Makes a difference in eating cat food for dinner and be able to go to Disneyland.
Yeah. I mean, that's like with me, with my 401k that I have through AT&T, like it fluctuates from year to year. And it's just like, man, and I think back, I'm 46 now, and I think back to when I was fresh out of boot camp. If I had started saving money then, instead of just going willy-nilly and blowing the stuff, um, I, how I would be at this moment in time in my life. So what I have done, and of course, my wife, she's a banker. She's very strategic with our money. Let's put it that way. And we tell our kids, and of course, Grace has been working since she's 15. She's 17 now, and then Lo has been. She just started her job. She's 15, getting ready to be 16, and they're both very adamant about saving money. I mean, to the point where they just bought they bought a car together, so they split the car. Granted, it was only $2,000, but Grace has like 8,000 in the bank, and Lo just started, and she's already saved up $1,000. So she's got money in her checking, and then she's got her savings. So she takes a lot of times she just splits her check in half, or she'll put more in savings than she does in her checking. But that's something that as young parents, that's something we're supposed to do. What's going on, Jeremy Daniels? Thank you for jumping on, buddy. If you're just jumping on, I'm here with Mark Wilson of Modern Woodmen of America. He has he's a managing partner. Is it a managing partner? Is that what it's called?
Managing partner. Yep.
For Modern Woodmen.
But I go by Hey You too. So
Hey You. Well, that's what your wife says to you. I won't do that. But no, check out modernwoodman.org. And then if you want to look into getting life insurance, financial planning, whatever in your area, when you go to the website, click on Find a Rep, put in your zip code, and they'll find a rep in your area, because you're in 46 states, I believe it said on the website.
Pretty much continental United States. Yeah, okay. Pretty much continental. We're not in any Alaska, Hawaii, or any of the territories, but maybe New York. I'm not for sure. So they got a lot of rules there.
Yeah, New York always. Sorry, I've been up since.
Not always business friendly. So
yeah. Sorry, I was yawning. My daughters got me up for church this morning, way earlier than we normally do. So it's kicking my butt at the present moment in time. But
no, we're pretty much in the continental. I think we're in New York too, but we've got reps that serve wherever there's people in the continental United States. We're able to help people out.
I was looking to see if there was like a link or something on the website that would show where everybody's located at, but
it's just a zip. You just go in and type in find a rep, type your zip code in, and it'll pull up the closest rep to you.
Okay. All right. Cool beans, man. So what event do you got coming up? Do you got any events coming up?
Oh, let me think. We
threw you on the spot.
There's so many things going on all the time. It's
right.
Juggling. Right now, I'm just trying to balance my calendar. I got my son just made the JV team at the Sales for Soccer, so
nice.
I've got to sit down and plug all those scrimmages and ball games in. But
right,
a lot of times, I know a couple activities that we have coming up is a lot of times. And I'm not for sure if I'm going to be able to do it this year, but my other rep, Jeff Nally's probably going to, is Louisville Metro Police Foundation host a big benefit to raise money to support the police department and so forth. We've supported that the last several years, and I know I'm not going to be able to go this year, but normally we normally have 2 tables at that. Very proud of my son. He's been accepted. They got an appointment to Virginia Military Institute, which is that's the weekend he's got to check in. So we're going to drive him to Virginia, and he's going to start his rat year. So
nice.
He's pretty excited about that. So he thinks he's interested in coming into the service and maybe going the officer route. But nice. I know they've got a fantastic school there, and I love the discipline they're going to get. And they have a phenomenal graduation rate, and it's not many schools today at VMI. They take, as a freshman, they will take their cell phone away from them.
Oh, okay.
And they will have a upperclassman mentor that will have their phone. And I think you take the phone as a distraction to many young people today. Taking a phone away from them during their first year, I think can be amazing what it can help them with as far as academically, because the phones are one of the biggest distractors uh,
Right.
for young people today. But anyhow, like I said, we've got that benefit coming up, and then we're in the process of a lot of we'll probably do 20 or 30, maybe 40 teacher appreciation meals in Jefferson County in the fall. So that's something we're getting ready to start setting up, and we normally do 2 or 3 schools a week. And then we do a lot of matching fundraisers with Cub Scouts and Boy Scout groups, and then we'll do several things with some veterans organizations. A lot of times we'll do the blessing boxes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, inflation's really rough on people right now, and a lot of people are very proud and don't want to go into a food shelter or a church for food. And the blessing boxes that are set up throughout the community, a lot of people like, they can go get a little bit of food to be able to, if they need something to eat for a meal or something like that, and they just take what they need. So we do a lot of that. We'll every now and then we'll go get $50 or $100 worth of food and put in a couple of the local blessing boxes and stuff like that to help out. And but those are a lot of the types of things. We'll probably I was talking with several of the members at the VFW Post where we want to host another social activity with music for our members. So probably sometime in the October timeframe, we'll do that. So always looking for different types of things that our members want to do.
Right.
And but I'll tell you this: people are so busy; it's hard to pull a crowd.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct on that. Uh, with everything going on in today's society, people's always ripping and running. I know, like with for us, my family, with my oldest daughter who will be a senior this year. She does archery, which is one of the longest sports seasons in high school or elementary because it goes literally from start of school to almost the end of school. And so every weekend we're doing an archery tournament or every other weekend. And then my youngest Lo, she's on the speech and debate team. So mom and dad's got to sometimes go to separate events depending on where they're at and stuff like that. And then plus with you know doing a podcast and volunteering with all the veteran stuff that I do, I stay busy. And I tell my wife a lot of times that idle minds and veterans don't mix because I can't sit still. Like that's not in my wheelhouse to sit still because I got to stay busy. If I'm not on a podcast talking with somebody, I'm usually on the phone talking with somebody, or I'm trying to plan an event. So like July 25th through the 30th. I'm helping James Thornton, who's bringing the largest traveling Vietnam Wall with the Cost of Freedom tribute to Shepherdsville, July 25th through the 30th. Um, so we're working on that, and the city of Shepherdsville paid for it to come, so it's their event. They paid for it. They dictated on what they wanted for their event, and unfortunately, it has upset a few veterans in the community because of some of the things that is going on. But they're hearing info from Tom, Dick, and Harry that has nothing to do with it, and they're like, "Oh, well, you're not supposed to do that." Well, they don't know exactly what's going on, and so, but you can't appease everybody in the veteran world, or in human world in general, because everybody gets butt hurt nowadays. And then we got our third annual first responder and veteran suicide awareness concert coming up November 9th. And I'm also in the process of getting hero stock, which when it first started, it was vet stock, and then it revamped and brought in first responders, and they called it hero stock now. So they're based out of Nebraska, and they bring in veteran singers, songwriters, and family members of veterans that are not signed to record labels yet, and they put on a concert. So veterans, first responders, Gold Star families get in free, and so we're bringing them into Kentucky, and hopefully, this year will be a 1 day concert. Next year, hopefully, it'll be a 3 day event. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Hero Stock to raise money for local veteran service organizations in the Kentuckiana area, which is something that I'm putting together, and that's something I'm super proud about. And I was talking with Jason Steiner earlier, who's the founder of Hero Stock, and we got some things we got to line out and get moving along so we can go ahead and start the planning process of this, and getting sponsors, and which I've been working on getting sponsors and stuff like that. So we got the approval from the city of Shepherdsville, because we're going to hold it at the Bullitt County Fairgrounds. Mayor Jose in Shepherdsville, he's on board with it. He's like, let's do it. And so yeah, it's rocking and rolling. But Mark, I love everything that you do. Me and you, I've known you for a little while now, and super cool guy, down to earth. Like you said earlier, you don't push your products on anybody. You just talk with people and say, hey, what are your goals? And you help people. What you want to do is you want to help people reach their goals, whether that's making sure they got enough life insurance to cover everything that's going on, whether that's sitting down with them and doing financial planning and getting everything lined out that way. So no, man, I love what you're doing. Keep up the good work. If somebody was wanting to get in touch with you because they want to, other than going on the website, is there a way they can email you or?
Yeah, and probably, to be honest with you, probably the easiest way is, if they go to the website and type in, if they can type in location or zip code. If they type in Louisville, it's going to pull me up, and from there they can email me, text me. We should have a calendar program where they can actually schedule an appointment with me through there. But like I said, probably the biggest thing we do is, like I said, we listen to people. That's the big thing, is just trying to figure out, as we sit down, we listen to people, we listen to what they want to accomplish, what their goals are, and then we just work with them to try to accomplish it. It's not rocket science. It's just, and like I said, our goal is to try to make them comfortable. And a lot of times people don't always have financial goals because people have not asked them, what is your goal?
Right.
And life is so busy, a lot of times they don't think about it. So we kind of help them to establish those goals. And then we just listen once they start talking.
So when I just put in my zip code, so I went to the website, clicked on find a rep, put in my zip code. So you come up as number one.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Jeff Nally.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Jeff's one of my reps.
And then Larry Milburn.
Mm-hmm.
And then Aaron Blakeman. Do those other two work underneath you as well?
So Larry and Aaron they're actually they're out in Shelby County, and believe it or not, Shelby County's in a different region. So, but they're good people. They're right here close to. So, but they're available. Jeff Nally is one of my reps. He's been with Modern Woodmen for 13 years. And then I've got several new people that are in that process of coming on board, and it's not populating yet with them because they're so new to Modern Woodmen. But we've got a couple of new people that's ready to help them. If they want to contact me, we have plenty of people to help them.
That's awesome, my friend. That is awesome. Well, my friend, we've been on here for about an hour. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want to touch on?
No, I just think as veterans, I just think it's important that we stay active. We just because we retire or leave the service doesn't mean we have to stop serving. And as vets, we can all, we all have our own interests and passions, and we can look at those and hone in on the things that we like to do as a way to be able to have a positive impact in our community. And I just think it's important that we do those things, because our society is changing, and I don't always feel like it's changing in a positive direction. So we need more vets with that have been around the world and seen good things, bad things, and know that we have things are really good here in the United States. But if we want to keep it that way, we're going to have to become more active in our community.
Yeah, for sure. So Carol Garcia said, "Great show. Thank you for your information." And then Miss Candace Ton, she said, "Mark Wilson is a real good people, always doing wonderful things for veterans and their families." And I would agree with Candace on that. You've treated me and my family with kindness since the day that I met you. So I'll definitely agree to that. And you are very involved in the veteran community as well as the Boy Scouts of America as well. So you are one of the good ones, my friend, one of the good ones. So I want to. No, you're welcome. I want to thank you for coming on here and hanging out with me for this little about an hour. Um, it, so if you want to look up Mark, you can go to modernwoodmen.org, type in your zip code, and then Mark comes up as number one there, especially if you're in the Louisville area, and southern Indiana, right? So
Yeah, we
southern.
go halfway to Indianapolis.
Okay. And then how far south in Kentucky?
We take in the whole state. I mean,
Oh,
really, like I
okay.
said, our region covers half of the state, and a good friend of mine is a managing partner in Lexington too. So anywhere in the state of Kentucky or southern half of the state of Indiana, we're able to help them out. Career
Oh,
wise, anything they need as far as financial planning, any of that kind of stuff, we'd be happy to help them out.
awesome, awesome. Well, Mark, it's been a pleasure talking with you. I'm gonna let you go because I know you just got home and you got to get settled there with the wife and kiddos there at home. And um, we will be in touch, my friend.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me on
Hey, you're very welcome. You have a good night, buddy.
too.
All right. How cool was that? So I've known Mark probably maybe 3 4 years now. Always been a super cool cat. He's one of those guys that's been down to earth, easy to talk to, easy to approach. So yeah, like I said, if you're in the market of learning about doing financial planning so you can get a goal set for yourself, so that way by the time you hit that retirement age, you'll have a little nest egg built up. If you want life insurance and you don't know where to turn to, reach out to Modern Woodman, reach out to Mark and his team, and they'll definitely take care of you. I know the wife and I, we did our insurance, our life insurance, and then we also talked about some 401k stuff with Mark and financial, just stuff to prepare ourselves to make sure when we're ready to retire that we're set up and ready to go. So definitely, check into Modern Woodmen, see what they do. Mark is a super cool cat. If you haven't went to YouTube or Rumble to like and follow, make sure you go like and follow. If you're watching on Facebook or whether it's MUPS or Heroes Media Group, which we are, proud members of Heroes Media Group, Veterans Voice Radio. If you love country music or rock music, we have two radio stations at Veterans Voice Radio. You can download the app either on the Apple App Store or Google Play. You just search for Simplify Country, or you can download Ranger Rockwave. We have two radio stations. And it's all veterans that are not signed with a record label yet. So definitely check that out. Tomorrow we have Marine Corps veteran Scotty Frazier with the Scotty Frazier Band. He's out in Texas. We got him coming on tomorrow. And then let's see, Tuesday we have, let's see who we got coming on Tuesday. Let me open my calendar. Tuesday we have Vets with Nets, which is a good organization. It's the largest fishing, um, walleye fishing in the country. This year, their event, they had it on June 6th, 7th, and 8th, I believe. They had over 400 boats that went out on the water and take veterans fishing, and each boat had 2 or 3 veterans on it. Super. It's one event. They do it. It's the 6th annual event, but they do it once a year, and they had 400 boats. he said he literally had to turn boats away because he had people from all over the country wanting to come and participate and take veterans out on this big walleye event up there. And then on Thursday, we got Mr. Garrett Bliss, who's a Marine Corps officer. He's wrote a book. He goes into third world countries and helps provide clean drinking water for these third world countries with his filters and stuff that he's got. And he does all kinds of things. I'm telling you, it's going to be an amazing show. We got him hooked up with Dr. Teresa Larson, who's a Marine Corps veteran as well. And she does a business called Movement RX. She's the founder of it. And we got Garrett and her hooked up because when we listened to Garrett talk, we were like, hey, you'd be a good fit talking with Dr. Teresa Larson. And so we got them hooked together, and they had a meeting, and they're going to start working on some things together. But no, Mark's super cool. Go check out modernwoodmen.org. Like I said, if you're in the market for financial planning, life insurance, all kinds of things. They do. Modern Woodmen does all kinds of things. But let's go ahead and pay the bills real quick because I need to pay the bills. If you're in the market, if you're in the music industry, you're a band, a promoter, venue, whatever, check out talenttalents.com. You can find them on Facebook as well as underneath the Talents. Or you can check out Louisville Local Entertainment, which is my buddy Rick Ames. He does it on a smaller scale for the Louisville area. So if you're in the Louisville area and you want to get booked into a venue or something, check out Louisville Local Entertainment. And then if you're in the market for small veteran-owned T-shirt company, check out my buddies Matt and Becky with Got Your Six Culture at sameflagsameoath.com. It's a small veteran-owned T-shirt company in Texas. The shirt quality is amazing. If you're a veteran service organization and they do a co-branded shirt where you get 25% of all sales comes back to the organization, and they do it out of their house in Texas. So check out sameflagsameoath.com. HomeFront Sitrep has a shirt on there. It says Marine It Down. If you order that shirt, HomeFront Sitrep will get 25% at the end of the year, which we're going to take around and donate to a veteran service organization around Kentucky. So what Candace and I are going to do, we're going to put all the veteran service organizations in Kentucky that we know of. And if you are out in Kentucky and you ain't reached out to me to get on the show, email me at homefrontsitrep@gmail.com and we'll get you on the show to talk about your organization. But anywho, we're going to get 25% of all sales at the end of the year. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a randomizer, spin that wheel, and whoever it lands on is going to get that check, whether it's $100, $1,000. I don't know what it's going to be. So you need to go out there and order that shirt. And that way we can make some money for these organizations in Kentucky. And then next year we're planning on expanding that and going nationwide, with the randomizer at the end of the year. So go on there, order that shirt, or if you want, you can reach out to them at info@gotyoursixculture.com. I believe I can put the link in chat here in a little bit. But you can email them and they can work with you and create a shirt for you. That way you can have a co-branded shirt and you get 25% of all sales at the end of the year. And then if you're in the business for buying a home and you want to talk about a VA loan, check out Veterans Mortgage Solutions. Mac Verdi and his team, they do amazing things out there. So check out.
Owner of Talents here, and I just want to say that we are ecstatic to be a major sponsor of Homefront Sitrep, a community that is ran by veterans and made for veterans. So thank you for tuning in. Talents was formed in order to create a music scene that was together in the form of a collective, so that no one has to do everything on their own. And guess what? We've been doing this for free for over a year. So please go and check out Talents through Facebook or through to our official website at www.talontalents.com. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you again for tuning in to HomeFront Sitrep, a veteran-owned and operated podcast just for you.
My name's Rick Ames. I own Louisville Local Entertainment, a company for music shows, promotions, and bookings in the Louisville music scene. As a veteran, it's my honor to support and sponsor local veteran-owned businesses such as HomeFront Sitrep, made by veterans for veterans. So if you're in the music business and need some help booking or promoting a show for free, look me up. Louisville Local Entertainment. And thanks for tuning in to HomeFront Sitrep.
Gear up in style wearing Got Your Six apparel. Every purchase makes a difference. It's more than just clothing, it's a statement of gratitude. Upgrade without breaking the bank. Discover cost-effective, high-quality clothing made in the USA. Each shirt is handcrafted by our team in the great state of Texas and shipped for free to your front door. Got Your Six is where quality meets purpose. We're a small veteran-owned business that takes pride in the mission and the value of our products. Join us in growing a community, supporting our heroes, veterans, and first responders by wearing a custom design.
I thought you'd never ask.
Visit sameflagsameoath.com and use the code TRIPLETHREAT for 10% off. Follow us on all social media platforms for any upcoming releases or events, and you can reach out to us with questions anytime. We are here to support our brothers and sisters.
Hey guys, Mac Verdi here with Veteran Mortgage Solutions. As rates are dropping, home values are going to start to go up. It's time to start looking if you're looking to purchase a home. That being said, we are an all-military veteran loan officer team. We know the ins and outs of the VA home loan. We are considered the experts in this field. Give us a call today. Go to our website, veteranmortgagesolutions.com. Fill out my quick form. I'll give you $500 off towards closing costs. Have a great day.
And we are back. Yeah, so go check out talontalents.com or Louisville Local Entertainment. You can find them on Facebook, or you can go to talontalents.com. And then sameflagsameoath.com. Go check them out. Matt and Becky, they're amazing people, very friendly, down to earth, veteran-owned company. So definitely check them out. And then Mac Verdi, his team is all veterans. They do amazing work. They know the ins and outs of the VA home loan and everything. So definitely check them out. And then, like Candace and I always say here on HomeFront Sitrep, man, if you go up to somebody, you say, "Hey, how you doing?" And they say, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm living the dream. I'm hanging in there." Ask the next hard question, because you never know. Because I know for me, if you come up and ask me how I'm doing, I'm going to say, I'm okay. I'm living the dream, even though I'm tore up inside with the shit that I got going on, in my head. So you have to ask that next hard question. And that's where this commercial comes from. It's BetterHelp commercial. I was sitting there watching TV one night, and this is after, we said, hey, ask that next hard question. This commercial it's just struck a nerve, man. I had to pause it, rewind it, play it again, pause it, rewind it, play it again, paused it, rewound it, called the wife and said, hey, come here and look at this. She came in, she watched it, and then I downloaded it and sent it to Candace, said, hey, you need to watch this. And so we added it to, our intro at the beginning, and then I always play it at the end as well. So let's play this video. it says talk about it in therapy, but you don't have to really talk about it in therapy. You can talk with your spouse, or a veteran buddy, or if you're not a veteran, talk about it with somebody that you care about, that might understand what you're going through. If not, find somebody that might understand what you're going through. But you always have to ask that next hard question, because 22 a day is way too many. One a day is too many. So we definitely need to be better humans, and check on your people. My daughter's just recently had a 16-year-old that succumbed to her demons, unfortunately. So you have to check on your little ones and your loved ones as well, because you never know what people are dealing with. They could be the happiest go luckiest person on earth, but they still dealing with demons. So check on your people, man. You got to check on them. And then if you are a veteran out there and you're having trouble with filing your VA disability claim, or you want to get a second opinion, Homefront has a segment called Ask Monica. You can email her at askmonica0@gmail.com. She is Monica has a doctorate in nursing. She is a VA service. I don't want to say provider, but she helps people get their VA disability claims set up, ready to go. Her husband is a retired lieutenant colonel, United States Marine Corps retired. We're going to have him on the podcast for too long. I'm just waiting on an email back to get everything lined out with him. But yeah, like I said, if you're having trouble filing your VA disability claim, email Monica at askmonica0@gmail.com. That's the letter or the number 0. So ask Monica the number 0@gmail.com. And Monica's pretty quick about responding back to it. So here you go. So yeah, reach out to Monica to ask Monica0@gmail.com. Monica will answer you pretty promptly. And then if you want, we'll bring Monica up on the screen. All we got to do is email her, text her, say, hey, do you want to read that up on the screen? And she'll jump on here and she'll answer that question. We are working on another segment. It's going to be with a veteran therapist, clinician, whatever you want to call them. So we are working on a new segment with them. Working on that. We're going to get that lined out before too long. But that was a premature button click. But like we always say on Homefront Sitrep, stay safe out there. We got your six. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this show.
Suggestions and comments are always welcome.
Cannot wait to have another great show with y'all.
Don't forget you can find Homefront Sitrep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Stay safe out there. I got your six.